Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's your ghostified gamer, surrounded by machines once again. You know, not as many though, but this is going to be our next project. We need the MK2 fish because there's no way I'm building a fish build to feed fish to our zippers without MK2 fish. There's just no way. These things are so damn slow with regular fish. All right, now, I've done a few things off screen to prepare for this. I'll show you what we got. This is what we're looking at. I'm going to do a fish food build that's going to bring in all this stuff, and then we're going to offer it to the network via LTN. And the good thing is we get 3 fish food out of that. That's nice. Now, bones, lard, fish skin, fish, seaweed, are all on the LTN network. We have native flora and plastic on TSM. So we're gonna have 2 trains bringing in stuff, and we're gonna be the LTN combinator is going to have a lot of requests, which is pretty cool. And then we will get this done. Now I figure we'll do a build of it because there are so many belts that's gonna come off of this thing. I want to use belts for this, just because. Now, the trick here, here's the rub, okay? There's always a rub with the creatures. We have a 0.5% chance to get an MK2 fish, but we get a 50% chance to get 10 fish back. So that'll potentially reduce the amount of fish we have to bring into this thing anyway. So we'll be cycling these through if we do get them and prioritizing. The filtration media, we had to get that done, and it's now available. 2 fish food, 20 fish, and all that stuff. Now, the phytoplankton is not going to be too tricky. We already have the phytoplankton kind of set up here. So that's why I want to set up an area for this, because I don't want to mess with this build. This is going to come out, by the way, and then we're going to repurpose this area. In fact, what I'm going to do is I have the 3 things that I got to do here still when we get the glassware back up and running. So I have 3 things here, and that will be a perfect spot right here. I can extend. I have 2 spots here, and then I can put 1 here. I might be able to put a yard in like this over here too. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to have more yards going forward because we're going to be using LTN a lot. To reiterate, we need that MK2 fish, and then that'll speed this process up once we start popping those off. And I'm going, I think what I'm going to do is set up an area to bring the stuff in. Well, I don't know where I'm going to do this yet. It's going to be a temporary spot. I don't know how many MK2 fish we're going to need going forward, but I calculated that I'm going to need about 205, which is right here, to get a fish build to offer fish to the network and the fish oil, because we're going to need fish oil as well. Now, let's take a look at these things here. We have the MK2 fish. Now, once we get 6 MK... Was it... oh, that's the egg one. I think it's this one here. Yeah. We need 4 MK2 fish in order to... And all this other stuff in order to get the eggs. And then we get wastewater out of this as well. So we'll probably vent that just for now. And that, now we're going to get the egg spin up. So we get 10 MK2 fish eggs with a 50% chance to get 2 more for a total of 12. And then we get 50% chance to get 2 regular fish eggs, which we can use to make maybe fish. I don't know. We'll see. So that's that. And then this one here, lamp, the filtration, 10 MK2 eggs plus seaweed and saline water, plus fish oil, which we have on the network. And this one generates the 6 fish with a chance, 50% chance to get 8 total. And then we get little fish, normal fish out. So this is a pretty crazy process. This is going to be really interesting. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. This is pretty crazy. Now, what did I do off screen here? This fish is now on the network, so we can at least get something going. I have a feeling it's gonna be a long process. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to uncap this because the chance, the probability of getting that MK2 fish is really high. And I'd rather have this, you know, running while I'm building, and then we have the fish available in order to ensure we get an MK2 fish right off the bat. That way we can spin this up and rely less on, I think it's this one here. Yeah, because if we can rely less, once we get enough MK2 fish to run the MK2 fish thing, the process, then we don't need the raw fish as much. That's 20 raw fish. And then this one here runs off of the MK2 fish to get the eggs. And then this is the MK2 eggs to fish. So then we get the back and forth now, which is great. And then this is kind of self-sustaining to get our MK2 fish. So I'm not too worried about it. It's this one we need the fish for. I actually forgot about these. I didn't have these on TSM. Let's go over to the necromancy here. And here we have, I'm changing it up a little bit. TSM is, even though you tie up trains, it's a better system overall for picking up random stuff. If you have, like in pYanodons, we have stone, gravel, sand, dirt, you know, things like that. It works. It works very well. The only problem is you have to tie up trains for that. And I'm okay with that because with LTN that I found, and I'm, you know, it's one of those things you got to experiment with and see how it works and in practice. With LTN, I have to have open requests. And what happens now is, there's a flaw here with this open request thing to do the consolidation. It worked for a little while, but then it fell on its face because when I put the bones on the network, the LTN network went to pick up bones to supply bones to my console area, which is not what I wanted, because what would happen is that open request is always open until that case filled up, which would have taken a long time. I only want a few bones to be available. So this one is a low priority bone pickup. It's not prioritized at all. The consolidation area now is a LTN pickup. It's an LTN pickup with a priority of 100 on it. And the other thing I changed here, and this is kind of the format that I see for a lot of the rendering that we're going to do. So I think this is going to work, and it's great that we got to this point. Now we can start to really dive into it. Now, what I have here is TSM, the same thing with the stone, you know, the garbage pickup from our ore processing. We're taking the signal, we're taking all the parts, and we're copying it onto a brain signal, and then sending that to the combinator. So we're multiplying it by 1, basically. Everything times 1, send out brains with everything on it. Then the A signal, or the brain signal, is compared to the 1,000. If it's over 1,000, then it sends an A signal out. And this schema here, I set up in TSM to be brains and a red signal. So that's your resource ID. This is your signal that you're using to separate things out. And then I have the blood one with a blue signal, just so we can, you know, knock that out. And that's with blood. Now I have a TSM blood train pickup. And it's a lot easier because if you go to TSM and you go here to unsatisfied requests, you'll notice that the 2 requests that I have here are guts and the iron oxide. Now, when it comes to things like this, it's better to use LTN because these requests will just sit there unsatisfied, but it won't be sitting there in your dashboard. So if we close that and we go to LTN here, and you'll see that there's no alerts or anything like that when there's a request. Right now I have those open requests in LTN by the pickup area here. So these requests here, they just sit there. They don't care. Now I have warnings turned off, and that's how you suppress those on specific stops in this case. But this isn't going to work if I'm going to use LTN to pick up. And so now what I have here is this is all going to be TSM based here to pick up the body parts. Now, the problem is that when we do renders, The renders are going to produce parts that we don't necessarily need, general parts, like I was saying in the last episode. Meat, brains, guts. Well, guts we're using. The chitin, lard, skin. These are things that we're going to eventually... Like, the problem is that these are general body parts from no matter what we render. You know, with the augs, we're getting bones. We want the bones, but we're getting skin and lard and, you know, all that other junk. So let's look over there. And here is the aug render. And we're getting the brains, the meat, the skin, and the guts. Well, I consider that general purpose stuff. The bones are coming from fish as well as augs. So that's why TSM works better, because what I'm doing is bringing the bones to the general purpose yard now. But so it's like a bonus. It's a bonus from the fish, but the fish probably won't run as much as, say, the augs, you know, because we're going to be using the bones for here. But so once the bones run out from the necromancy yard, then they'll resort to here, and they'll come here. And this is a consistent bone maker right here. But we have to have a strategy to deal with the extra parts. Now, the ulrics, which we're using bone marrow for, you know, that's the whole purpose for this is bone marrow. We have to do the same thing because we have now meat, brain, skin, and the guts. So those are your general purpose body parts that we have to deal with. So it's kind of an interesting subsystem that we have to, you know, program into our train network. I love doing this kind of stuff, by the way. Now, our blood, again, is on TSM to handle that. Now, I'm not too sure how I'm going to handle the blood yet. On the outside of this here, well, we have to have a collection area. What I might be doing is I might move this over, because I have room, and put a bigger tank here to store more blood, because I don't want to... We're going to need it for artificial blood and all these other things. Fetal serum, I think, as well. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to use the blood for going forward, but I think for the most part we'll be fine for now. Look at that carbon dioxide, man. This is really a fun system to play with. I'm really enjoying it. I think that's it. The Vrauks, which I think this Vrauk build, it works really well. And what I'd like to do is eventually, once we get the arthropod blood and we get our rubber going, you know, with the organic solvent, I'm going to copy paste this somewhere else. I want to get rid of this here. I don't know if I want to keep it here. I'm not too happy with the train pickoffs, although they're okay. But basically what's going to happen, well, it's actually all right. We just have this line right here, and then we have our Vrauks, and I'd like to offer the Vrauks to the system, and we can do another Ulric build where we just offer the Ulrics to the system, and then we can do the bees, the whatever those things are, the Arquids. I don't want to not do the bees because it looks like fun. And there's probably there's some recipes later on that we'll get that are going to be useful for us later on, but we're just not seeing them right now. But yeah, this build is fine. We just take the render off and we offer the Vrauks to the system along with the Ulrics. Done. Just like we are the fish. All right. Now this one I converted over to TSM as well. We have a few body parts in here. It's got to equal 1,000 or be above 1,000 in order to have a constitute a pickup, because the train pretty much fills up at 1,000. We're gonna do the fish food. We're gonna do a speed up video on that, and then I'll try to spin up a build on this. I'm going to probably pick a temporary area for this, or a temporarily... Well, I'm gonna leave it up and running if I need it later. So I might spin the MK2 fish up somewhere. Maybe I could pop something over here. I moved my rail over here. I'm probably going to use this later on, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, maybe I'll do something here because I want to be close to the hub here. I might want to expand it, you know, and all that. So let's get the fish food up and running. We'll do a speed up video on that, and then I'll cut right to this where we'll start to spin this up here. All right, let's get to work. MK2 fish are running. Here we are. The MK2 fish, eater of materials, until we get an MK2 fish. Yeah, it just started up. Oh my god. LTN's gonna be going nutso over here. Look at this. Look at all these trains. Just for this stupid fish thing. Good thing is, well, here what I'm thinking is I'll probably have to leave this here. Because if I need to spin up more MK2 fish in the future, well, we got it. But anyway, I copied the plankton, the phytoplankton, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, phytoplankton recipe here, or the build, and modified it, made it better a little bit. Now that I have I had to take the mechanicals out and all the wooden power poles, which where'd they go? My wooden power poles. Oh, I must have got rid of them. I don't remember getting rid of... Oh, they were in the blueprint. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, I didn't rip it. I built it. I forgot there were ghosts. Yeah. This thing's going absolutely bonkers. I didn't realize how fast this thing is. Holy cow. This thing can chew up some stuff. And, yeah, it's 5 filtration, 2 food. That's... What is this? Where is the 30-second? Is that really 30 seconds? Because that seems faster. Well, maybe it's 30 seconds without the fish modules, because it's a 700% craft speed now. I brought in saline water. I guess I could take this out of here. Now, the next thing is the spin up, where I have to bring in the fish oil. What I'm going to do is just kind of, I'm going to bring the train here, and I'm just going to fill up, I'm going to bring the train and leave it here. And that way I'm not having a whole tank of fish oil and wasting, you know, precious fish that I need for the whole process here. And it'll meter it, you know, out. But I'm not going to use a tank for the fish oil because it's kind of silly. Yep, there we go. Okay, now... Yeah, there's just fish on that craft there. Yeah, 0.5%. That's pretty low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this running until I get the MK2 fish to start this process here. And it's this one. We need at least 4 MK2 fish. And it's an 80-second craft. Not too bad. And we'll have these little fish in here, the MK01s, which will get us the MK... It's guaranteed MK2 fish eggs. 10 to 12 of them max, you know. And then we got the wastewater, which I'm going to pitch. I don't particularly feel the need to save the wastewater. We're going to get wastewater from the Zipirs anyway. Oh, I don't know if I went over this build yet. The actual fish build here, or the fish food build, it called for this many mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was rounded up to 9 and rounded up to 3 on the spores. And I went ahead and put those in. Here's the TSM stop. Here's the LTN stop. It's a lot easier to do it this way, I think. And then I just basically did the steam and all that on site. And there's the fish food. Direct insert pretty much right into the machine. This thing's pretty fast. I don't know what is going on. Oh, it's the amount of material I have coming here is not enough. So I'll have to make some adjustments to that. Anyway, I will cut in when we get the MK2 fish with a speed up video. And I'll just build this out here to get the MK2 fish spin up. And I decided to come over here. I filled in a lake here, chopped the wood down. I'm right next to the rubber. I figure, yeah, this is a good spot for it, you know, if any. And, you know, should work out just fine over here. And I'm going to leave this here for the fish spin up because it's so different from the other alien spin ups that we have. Because we need the, you know, different things. Oh, I got the lamps in already for the this stuff here because we need light for this right here. the lamps, and it consumes the lamps, consumes everything really, and spits out MK2 fish. So yeah, I'm glad to see that this isn't one of those, you know, yeah, you might get a fish, but you might not. No, once we get this here, once we get a fish from this probability-wise, then this will spin up quick. All right, let's cut this off here, and then I'll do a speed-up video on building this stuff up here. Then we'll end it. Okie dokie, here we go. Now, I'm not... Oh, yeah, so we... I forgot. All right, you guys don't know what's going on, right? I gotta get you up to date here. The MK2 fish are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't need this one anymore. I'm gonna pull the... Oop. Oh, yeah, I forgot. These things are here, so let's pull these off. Yeah, my assumption is I don't need this machine anymore. So let's go ahead and... Well, I could... Does this thing... Yeah, this needs the filtration. And who needs fish food? You? Oh, I don't even need fish food for this. That is weird that I don't need fish food. Sorry for the cut there. I didn't realize... Well, I shift right-clicked here. I don't know what I did, but it took my MK2 fish over the MK1s, I think. So I had to... I wasn't looking at these as closely as I should have. All right, so anyway, I cleared this out. This is no longer needed. And this, at least that's what I'm hoping. Now, I set this up here to... Let's see, we need all this stuff for over here. We need the lamps, the filtration only, and algae. Lamps, filtration, and algae. So we'll bring... Let's get this stuff out of here. Let's bring over... I'm going to do a quick little thing. Oh, I should put this over here because I don't want to draw those too far over. Better yet, let's go like that and that. And then we'll put the cases here. And then these come out. And then I'll pull that there. This is the MK2 fish return. And then I'm collecting eggs because they kick out the regular eggs. And then I'm just kind of direct inserting them into here. Because if this has eggs, this doesn't need to run. This could shut down for all, you know, for all purposes there. Okay, now, what I was gonna do here is just pop a pump, and we'll just do a pipe right on in. You know, doesn't need to be anything special. All we need to do is just get this thing up and running. And there we go. And now I can flip this pump back in and clear the pipe and put the fish oil back in. It's not a big deal. Okay, now we just need the lamps and the other stuff. So let's go ahead and underground that like that. Oh, you know what? Let's go over a little, all the way there. Flip that. Okay. And then we'll take this, go there. That way I can go right in here. We don't need anything fast. 2, 3. Yep. Oh, you know what I should do is side load. I'm going to do the algae here. And then we're going to do this. I'm going to leave this here. I just have a feeling I might need it. I don't know why. There are so many times that you get bit in this game. You tear everything apart and you're like, oh no, I need that. You know? Okay, now, the algae I don't care about because it's just from water. You know? We'll do that. Click those. Oh, see, look at... It's taken... Yeah. So when I click these in, it replaces the fish. And that makes sense. I mean, it's not a big deal. Oh, I gotta do that. Now, this needs to run at a fair amount. Oh, you know what I gotta do is I gotta do this first. Because it'll do a dual belt. Okay, now. That should get it up and running. This didn't take very long. I was very surprised. This process to get the MK2 fish. So that's not bad. That's too slow. Let's get that moving there. Okay. And the last ingredient. Oh, wait a minute. This one. Bam. There we go. It's going. All right, now we got the algae. The thresholds I have set low. And you know what I could do is take this up to maybe 5 stacks. I don't care. I wanted to keep the thresholds low on this stuff here. You know. And the problem is that it's going to... Every time it dips to... Every time the algae dips to 220, it's going to call an algae train. Or seaweed, sorry. Seaweed. Alright. Now, how's this doing? 45. That's slow. There we go. We got it. And this is slow, too. Oh, and we got 2 eggs left over. So what it did, it produced 12. It actually produced the max. There we go. So we got a little extra. Okay, there we go. MK2 fish. Now they go back in here because I want to keep this up and running. Let's see what we get now, though. We need 4. Any extras I'm pulling out. Oh, it took them all. Wait a minute now. Oh, why did I put it here? Whitelist. There we go. Okay, now we got it. And then I want to speed this up here. I'm going to let this spin up. More filtration. There we go. Okay. I'll let this go. I'll cut this off. And then I think we have enough time to do at least a speed up video to build the fish thing here. What I'm going for is this. I kicked it down to 2 fish, which is 120 a minute. That's pretty fast. That's 2 a second. You know, that's pretty fast. I don't know if that's overbuilding it. I you know, whatever, right? Now we're gonna do 2 of these. One is dedicated to fish, and then we're gonna render for the oil. And I'm gonna, you know, put a bigger tank on the oil. I want more oil, fish oil. We're gonna need the oil for later, and we also need it for building. So we're gonna do a 3 to 12 on this one here. And it should be pretty straightforward. And then I want to take this wastewater, and we're going to do the urea with it as well. We're going to capture that now, and it'll be fun. The build that I have right now is just so tight and antiquated. I don't want to bother with it. All right, what do we got? There we go. Fishies. 4 extra. There we go. Let's speed this one up, and now we can finally speed that one up. Put those back in there. And then there's more lamps. Hopefully that'll be... Yeah, that should do it. Now we got 50. 71, 253, 994. Yeah, that should be fine. A quick update on this. I haven't looked at it since I built it, really. This thing here. Yeah, it's cooking along. We got plenty of microfiber. Oh, the guts, I've been kind of manually throwing them over here just to get rid of them. But we're at 55,000 hydrogen chloride here with no guts. But when we start, you know, doing things, the gut, it'll build up, you know. What do we got here? Carbon. This stuff here, the activated carbon. Looks like the filtration's keeping up pretty good with what we're doing. 400 in there. The fact that everything... Oh, what do we got here? What are you doing? Oh, fiber. Okay, that's good. Yeah, everything is coming together now. All right, how we doing? That's much faster. Good. How we doing? So we got 1,000%, which is about what we usually get out of these when we have full modules. Sometimes it's 1,000 with the MK01, and sometimes it's 1,000 with the MK02. As you can see, that's why I was like, man, these fish are so slow. There's absolutely no way that we could do a fish farm, basically, without MK2 fish. There's no way. All right, I'm gonna let this spin up here, and then we'll do a speed up video on the building of the fish one. That'll get us ready for zippers, and then off screen I'll do the fish oil one. I'll showcase it when I get it done. All right, here we go. All right, let's turn this puppy on. I did some things off the speed up part. I forgot to pick off the fish here, so the priorities go into the eggs. And I just redid some belt. It's kind of spaghettied, but yeah, much I can do. Let's see here. Oh, and then I grabbed this loader here, and I reconfigured it so it fits in between now. So a little better design. And this here is our urea. Wastewater to urea. I forgot to set that up, so it'll be good to see what that does. I put 3 in there. Hellmod was having trouble resolving that. I don't know why. So I'm just going to wing it on there. And guess what we have? Fish. So we need to put the fish in here. 10, 15, I guess, huh? 37, 12, and boink. There we go. I had to go grab these. I'll pull the rest out. And then we'll get our eggs going. This is no different than... What is this now? 12. Oh. This is no different than when we first started our fish endeavors. We'll put 12 in there. 12, 12, 12. Then I'll just put them in there. There we go. Okay. That's notably faster. This build is a pain, man, because you've got so many things going on. I mean, look at this. We got 7 things, and you know the next level of stuff that we're going to be dealing with is going to be even more. And when we get into the other technology, right now we're just we're just trying to sort out everything that we've done before and scale it up so we can do the more science to get through the science. So I'm not sitting here for an hour or hours waiting for one, science to get done. Okay. I screwed up and had the belts going the wrong way, and then I also screwed up. I had copied and pasted, and I had 4 inserters on one machine, not 2. I was like, oh my god, what else can I screw up, But like I said, these builds are so intricate. There's so much going on that you have to really, really spend your time organizing everything, and then if you forget something, you got to be ready to rip it and redo. Don't commit until you're ready. Okay, here we go. Got our phytoplankton going here. Got the saline water. This is we get stone out of here. I would like to do this on site because I'm not going to train around one less resource. We already have tin on. Is it tin ore? We already have tin ore on trains. So might as well just 2-3 machines and we're done, So I like doing that on site. And then I'm feeding it back into here via pump. And then this is going out this way and feeding the entire network here. Okay, what do we got? Did you kick out any fishies yet? I don't know. No, not yet. Okay. It's still slow, even with the level 2s. What do we got here? Let's see. It's 1,000%. Yeah, it's still slow. Phytoplankton. Oh, now off screen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy paste this, and the difference is this fish line here is going to go to our slaughterhouse, and then we'll do the fish oil, and then we'll get some free body parts out of it, guts and stuff. We'll get bones too. But the oil isn't going to run as much because we're not using it for anything until later. And that's fine. What I will do... There's our first fish. Yahoo! Look at that. I'm a little worried about the long arm on here. I think we'll be okay because... it's not that fast. I always look at, what options... if it's a 5-second craft, then I'm a little leery of the long arm because we don't have the inserter bonus yet. So we'll have to accommodate that. So this will spin up. It took... I'm using biomass from our biomass collection agency area because... and if I were to use the biomass, I think that's why Hellmod's screwing up. I don't know, maybe... Maybe it was assuming that I was going to use the biomass from here, you know, fish to biomass, but it's going to take away from our production. And we're using like the chitin, chitin. That I'm turning that into biomass, so there's really no worry there. I think there's brains to biomass. So I mean, we'll use the biomass we're generating basically from parts we're not using. Hey, look, we got urea. Very cool. Now this is nowhere near what this thing can do. We're gonna get a lot of free urea out of this. This is really cool. I'm really happy about that. There we go. How much do we have? 28. Cool. All right, eggs are kind of slow going. The amount of eggs we produce is 30 for 12 fish. That's a really good yield. That's more than 100%, obviously, yield. And it only takes 10 eggs for 20 fish. This is the better recipe, too. The one that I have that we started off with is, I think, 10 fish. So this is a lot better. And I'm happy that we're using the wastewater now. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be good. Good. Now, when I do... Oh, boy. I'm a little worried about the ratios here, but we'll have to see. Oh, it's getting... Oh, 161. Holy moly. Yeah, we're down to 36. I got the threshold set kind of high. You know, when it gets down to 50, then bring me a train. Because I assume this is a slow process, but I'll keep an eye on it. What else do we got going on here? Okay, yeah, 161. This biomass will last a long time here. I think it's 10 per craft here. Yeah, that should be fine. Now, off screen, like I said, I'm going to copy paste this over here. I'll probably... I'll go next to this, right here and over, and I'll do the render, and then before I kick it on, I'll take the fish oil out of here. Where it is, yeah, here it is, right here. I'll take the fish oil out, and I'll repurpose it because it takes so long to make this stuff. And this train, I'm gonna get a bigger tank. The train, I think we'll go with LTN on the fluid, on the fish oil. This way I can eliminate, get a train off of TSM and onto the... I like LTN for the fluids and stuff because there's going to be so many. And all the little bits and bobs that we're going to have, I like LTN for that. But, so yeah, this will be an LTN thing as well. Well, I'll have that 3-prong render. Oh, we don't need the blood, so it's just body parts. And the bones will go back to the necromancy plant there, which will be great because we'll get some bones from that. Now, again, this is not gonna. The fish isn't gonna run like the rendering won't run as much as the fish will run. This one will run more. And next episode, I think what else? Oh yeah, I'm gonna clean up that area. I'll clean up all the fish stuff. I off screen in between cuts and all that, I went over here and I put this rail in here and I connected the rail here now. That way now the trains have 2 ways to go, which is good. And I can actually, well, I was gonna put a yard here like this one, but I think I need the bypass here. I need this in for the train traffic. That means that I can put a few more little things here. The CDNA and maybe some other stuff that maybe I need. That small builds, This is a nice little small build kind of thing that you can do in between. Make your, I make my city blocks large and then I can chop them up, if I need to. It helps out a lot. Hey, our first fish! Holy cow, this thing is cranking some fish. Oh, I forgot to do priority here. I'll put priority right. That way we can make sure that one case fills up first. There we go. And we got the urea going. Wow, that's awesome. I am not capping this. I'm going to leave it go. And I think the provide threshold, I'm going to do 300 on that. And oh, I have the priority at 100 here because I want to clear this out first. The urea from the augs is great to have. That we needed to do that, but we didn't have this build until now. I have a feeling that this is going to be... They're going to be cranking. Look at that. Okay, how many do I have now? Okay. Ooh, they're all running. Oh, they're getting up here now. Ah, cool. All right, so that one's up and running now. And now, yeah, it scooped all the eggs up. One more to go. This spun up pretty quick. Oh, wow. Yeah, the MK2 fish was the way to go here. Definitely. Yeah, it looks nice and clean. There's not much you could do. I mean, this here, I could have put on the interior, but then this belt would have been longer. I could have exported maybe over here. Did some undergrounding to get fast inserters on the job, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the eggs being on the other side and this little bit of spaghetti. I'm all right with it. Yeah, cool. All right, next episode, we'll spin up the zippers. I'll go to the DNA area and I'll get the zippers ready, and then we'll work on a build for that. So I'm really excited to do that. All right, I'll see you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed the fish spin up, the new and improved massive fish build. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.